You're allowed to miss me, but you're not allowed to be like a streamer aware when I'm there the second you want me to be there. You don't have the resources to be like that. First I've seen the bus cut in motion. Yeah. Since for you since 2019, 2020? Something like that. And even then it wasn't like really in motion. Because it was TikToks. I will stream aware. No. Don't stream aware me. I come when I come. You're not the boss of me. You don't pay me. You can't tell me when you want me to be here. Thank you, Nan. You can't do this to me. Ugh. I did cookies yesterday. I didn't have any chocolate or chocolate chips. I buy chocolate and I chop it myself. I don't buy chocolate chips. But I had like chocolate spread, so I did Nutella cookies. Some merged on front of each other, so that's why they look like that, but they're really nice. I still have 2 of them. I'm happy. I mean 2.5 because like the top thing is just me. When I did my second batch, I wasn't patient enough, and then I ended up just putting them already hot on the other cookies, and so they merged. Get monetized so I can pay you. I wish. You need to find 5 other people. You need to find me 5 people, then I can monetize. It was so fucking warm today as well. Like it was 17 degrees I think, but it felt so much warmer. I went to go grocery shopping and I was dying out there. I was like, this is summer weather. What the fuck? Look at Whitple. You can't bring in the Team Tom people. You're not allowed to bring in the Team Tom people. Feels like those email chains, bring in 5 people, you know? Curses. Yeah, email curses. Okay. It's kind of fun. Because I haven't, like, I sometimes in the mirror, but I haven't, like, had the buzz cut for long enough for me to be used to it, so it's fun. Because the last time I had the buzz cut, my hairline was like this. Which I'm not complaining, I like having a widow's peak. But it's fun because, like, this whole, like, my hairline was very much like a straight fucking line. So it's fun to see how much that changes and stuff. Anyways, art time. So, here we go. Oh god, it looks so cursed when it's, like, not on. Here we go. I don't know, it used to not do that, but now when the iPad is off, it does that. I don't know why. Oh, I should put this a bit, not this. This, I should make it a bit smaller. Here we go, a bit smaller. It looks so cursed, poor little guy. So this is last time was horror. We can clear that because it's already on the other thing. But, favorite animes. Having to look for animes made me realize how much, like, I read, because I haven't in a while, but I haven't watched animes in a while either. Like, I watch a show from time to time, that's like how much more, like, a lot of stuff I discovered via manga. Because a lot of them I was like, well, I did discover it as the anime. I read the manga and then watched the show or like something. So I can't put it in because it's in my favorites, but it's not an anime. Even though it has an anime. The main example for that I think is Fruits Basket. Witch Atelier also a little bit, but Witch Atelier, the anime, isn't out yet even. But yeah. So, we got Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I don't know why I really want to draw Alphonse, so I'm going to do that. We got Reborn. We got Haikyuu. Fucking love Haikyuu. We got Given. Which I really want to read the manga because the manga is really pretty. We have some Hunter x Hunter, specifically those two because they're my favorites. And we have The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which in the grand scheme of all the animes I've watched, isn't a favorite, but it's like a childhood favorite. Like I have all the DVDs and stuff. So I was like, Hunter, Hunter, Hunter x Hunter. Yay! Hello, Helene. You're back from the park. Yay! Helene was in the park. It was. She sent us a lot of photos and videos. It was really nice. But yes, these are the plans. These are the plans for today. Welcome back. Fuck. How do you say again in Japanese? Like the welcome back thing. Tadaima. No, tadaima is I'm back. And I don't remember what it is to be like welcome back. Hi, Antoine. Oh, Antoine doesn't know I have a bus cut now. Okaeli, yes, Okaeli. Wait, I'll bring you some bus cut action, and also Antoine will get some bus cuts. Action. Wait. Just do this. Okaeli, thank you. I forgot how it was. Cause like we're in weeb territory. But yeah, bus cut action. I have a bus cut. I don't know what to do. How I look now. I've been complaining about the buzz cut for so fucking long. I'm gonna get a buzz cut, huh? Oh! Thank you, Helene. I was complaining about it for so fucking long. I was like, it was time. It was fucking time. Ludwig! Oh, that's so true. He wishes. I am a little punk. I try. But yeah. That's the thing though, is like I said, I buzzed my hair twice before. Once when I was in high school and once when I was living in Antoine actually, during art school times. So I already know what I look like with a buzz cut. I mean, I didn't know the new hairline, but like I know, and like what it looks like with a beard, but I knew like what it looks like roughly. I know the shape of my head. Like, it's quite flat, which I don't like, but it's fine. So I already knew what it looks like roughly. So I wasn't going in unknown, which is like a good thing when you're buzzing your hair, because people have bumps a lot on their head. I have some, but they're not really visible. Like I have one around here. But yeah, art. Here we go. But yeah, those are the enemies. You're that close to have a star shape with the airline. I like it. That's true, kind of. That's true. I used to have like a heart shape. Now I have that. That's funny. Da-ba-da. Okay. Just going to do like a little title because I want to do like big pieces. Also, I know what I'm going to do for Friday, for art stream on Friday, because I was thinking, and like it's been a while. I've been complaining a bit about that, but like I've been wanting to redo some of my YouTube thumbnails for VODs. Like I want to do like specific thumbnails for some games, like the big series and stuff. I'd like to do specific thumbnails, or like even just like some game series, and just keep like the generic ones for the stuff that are like either one session or art. And so I will do that on Friday. I think I'll do one of those, because I had an idea for a few of them. I was like, oh, this would work, or this would work, and so I was like, oh well, let's just do that. Oh, so we have a list of 5 animes as well. Yes, sorry I didn't see the vote, but I would definitely vote for anime. Yeah, it was this week's vote was either favorite anime, Ghibli, or Love in Deep Space. And Ghibli was because of the whole like Ghibli AI thing that happened recently. I was like, it's thematically, and then everyone voted for anime, so I was like, oh, whatever. But yeah, and I realized how many manga I read more than animes, and I was like, well, a lot of my favorites I've only read the manga, or like I watched the anime later on, so I'm like, it doesn't count because it's in my favorite manga, not my favorite anime. And a lot of them I was like, I really like this show, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I'm very much like that with every fucking thing. Like, even some of the animes I put in here, I'm like, oh, are they my favorite? Yes, they are. Shut the fuck up. Stop. Because, like, I'm kind of sad I don't have more, like, shoujo or, like, romance stuff, because that's what I watch the most. But that's fine. Or have watched the most of, rather. Because, like, Fruits Basket, like I said, like, I read the manga first. Kalikata Sakura, same. Kalikata Sakura isn't in my favorites, but, you know. True Okara from, like, childhood, I read the manga. I don't recognize the one between FMAB and IQ. This one, that's Hitman Reborn. I think it's Kagyo Hitman Reborn, the full title. It's a shonen that's not, from what I know, isn't that good. I started rereading the scans. I need to get back into it. I did that a while back and then kind of stopped. It's one of my childhood ones. It's like legitimately the first anime I watched that I watched online. It's the first one. Like my first forever anime and stuff is Dragon Ball Z, I think. And my first manga is also Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball / Dragon Ball Z, both series. But that one was the first one I watched online. So I think that's fun. Because I wanted a few kind of sneaky, like less well-known picks that weren't like big ass shonen, but that's mostly mangas that I read and not animes I watched, or they're not as good that I would be like, oh yeah, that's my favorite. So I'm like, ah, damn it. I almost put also the Apothecary Diaries, but I'm like, I only really think of the Apothecary Diaries when I see stuff about it. Even though I really, really like the show, like it's incredible, but I was like, I don't know if I would like put it in like my top favorites of all time. I don't know. It's hard. Like it's the kind of thing where I'm like, I kind of want to start with redrawing this one, because I like having a challenge in life. That's what's hard with like how my brain works and stuff. Is like I would kind of need to have a list of everything I've ever seen. And then I'd be able to be like, oh yeah, those are my favorites out of everything that I've seen. But if I don't have like a list with absolutely everything I've ever seen, I'm like, is it? Haven't I watched something I like more? I didn't know we watched AD. I'm gonna read the manga soon, I think. Yeah, it's really good. The anime is so cool. Basically, Hilin is a big Apothecary Diaries. Same, I almost put Jujutsu Kaisen, but like I haven't watched the most recent stuff, and I know it gets worse. So I was like, I don't want to put it in if it wouldn't be my favorite anymore because it continues and becomes bad, you know? The shocked face is a doggo, hell yeah. Yeah! But yeah, Hilin is a very big fan of Apothecary Diaries. And the show had just come out and she was talking to me about it a bunch. And I was like, well, I'll watch the show. And I was like, oh, that's so good. And then, yeah. You know. But the second season is coming out, right? I need to check that out. God, the thing with Given though is that I really want to read the manga because the drawings are so much better. I mean, it makes sense because you know it's a manga. And there's a new OAV I think that's going to come out as well for Given. But that's why I want to also read the manga because like that's why I have the stuff. Careful which version you pick. Yeah, the art. Yeah, I've heard good stuff about the manga, plus a few bits I've seen the anime also good. Yeah, the opening of the anime is incredible for Apothecary Diaries. There's 2 manga versions. Yeah, and one of them is kind of very ugly. I kept seeing in Japan, like for the, I think it's maybe because the new OAV has been announced, but like they have made quite a few like Given exposition and cafes and stuff, and I was like, stop showing me stuff that are spoileries because I haven't read the manga. And the arcs I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know. Given is a very short anime, it's like 12 episodes or something, and I don't know. I watched it once a very long time ago, and then I was just like, this is incredible, and speaks to me on so many levels. Then I watched it a second time, and I was like, ah, so good. And I don't rewatch many things, especially not shows, especially not alone. Like, if I'm rewatching a show, that means I'm rewatching it with someone, you know, to show to someone or because the person wants to watch it or whatever. So, like, rewatching it alone is something. And I was like, huh? This is so good, what? The movie doesn't exist. The movie isn't something that exists. But I hope the OAV is good, because they had a first OAV, I think, OAV, but it was good as well. And if you don't know, Given is an anime slash manga if you're reading the manga, it's going to be like the get together of multiple people within the same friend groups and everything. If you're watching the anime, it's going to be only one of those stories. And the anime story focuses around Mafuyu, who's the ginger I'm drawing right now, and Ueyama, which is the one with dark hair that is laying on his thigh. And it focuses around those two characters. Ueyama is our main character, and he meets Mafuyu in high school. They are in the same class, I think. No, they're in different classes, basically. And Ueyama is a guitar player and musician all around. And he goes to take a nap in behind the gym, I think, with his guitar. No, without his guitar. He takes a nap behind the gym and meets Mafuyu, who's already there sleeping. And he's like, and Mafuyu has a guitar with him, and so he's like, oh, you have a guitar, what's happening with that? And Mafuyu asks him to teach him guitar because he'd like to learn. Ueyama says no. Mafuyu is very insistent, and they start their friendship and relationship that way. And it's kind of, the show is kind of like the love story, and also discovering who Mafuyu is, what happened, why he's the way he is, why he wants to learn guitar. There's a very specific reason for that. And it's also a show that focuses a lot around music, and they're going to be in a band together. This is the band that you're seeing here. There are other like love stories that are told in the manga. There's how the other two members of the band, which are the bassist and the drummer, get together, which are the other two guys on the poster. And the third story is it's a bit complicated because I don't know exactly, because that's the ones I haven't read. But I know there's one about two of Mafuyu's childhood friends that we also know from earlier parts of the manga get together. And there's another one, I think, because there's a guy that I don't recognize on like a lot of the stuff that they do, and I'm like, you weren't in any of the other stuff. So maybe, I don't know. But yeah, basically it's like love stories, but also life stories, and centers a lot around music. It talks about a lot of different subjects that I'm not going to talk about here because it's spoilers. I don't want to spoil. If you're very like have some trigger warnings about stuff, maybe check the trigger warnings before going into this show, though, because they do talk about very deep subjects. So yeah, it's not too bad, but just, you know, if you know you can be easily like triggered about some stuff, just check to make sure, you know. This guitar is criminally badly drawn right now. It's not in any way too bad, but you know, it's just be safe for yourself. But overall, it's also just very cute and silly. And the two guys are very cute. Getting together. And they are very much a mood. Both of them are very autism coded, honestly. One is more ADHD coded, the other is more autism coded. It's very that energy between the two of them, honestly. I think it's kind of funny though as well, like because of how both of the main guys look. Every time you see fan art of those two, people usually think it's a fucking Haikyuu AU because they look like the mains in Haikyuu. It's like no, I promise it's his own thing. It's really good, please. Oh, well, no, it's fine. I think that you could have a very funny discussion in between people that one person thinks this is Haikyuu and the other one thinks the person that drew it actually drew Given. I think that could do some very funny chat on Twitter of someone going, why are you making them kiss? Like someone being a bit like annoying about that, like because the person says it's canon or something. It's like, it's not canon, what do you mean? It's like, no, it is. They like literally they're together, they talk about it and stuff. It's like, no, I've seen the show, that's not how it happens. I feel like you could have a very long conversation like that. Really a bright idea on my part to decide to redo this fucking poster. I'm not going to do it like full details and everything, but like, why do I hate myself? Six hours, shut up. Shush. This one might be a two-parter. Me and Laszlo, that's fine. Me and Seke are slowly but surely going towards the end of Ace Attorney 3. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to just tell you that we do a very long session for the last one, and we do like the last trial in one go, like the 3 parts of it. We just do like a very short one before, where it's like the second part of the investigation, and then we the day after we just do the like the week after we just do the 3 fucking like, we will die. Yeah, but like the energy that we'd have and like the intensity would be so good, because I know all the twist and turns, I know how good it is, and I'm like, it would be good to do that though, it'd be fun. I'm like very tempted to be like, let's do this, because right now we're at a thing where if we do by 2, we'd end up with the 2 last parts of the last trial in one thing. Because right now we're in the middle of the first trial, so we still have 1 part for the trials that we're doing right now, then we have 2 parts of investigations, and we have 3 parts trial, which sounds reasonable to me. It's just the ambiance of being like, we have to do full trial in one, I don't know. We'll probably just stick to the plan, but you know. I was kind of tempted, not gonna lie, to put Ace Attorney in here, because I have watched the Ace Attorney anime, but like, it's shit. I know some of the other, like, depending on which game you're watching the adaptation of, some are good, but the first game's one is, it's horrible. Like, I'm very thankful for the third game and the Mia-Godo relationships clips that we got, because, like, we don't get a lot in the game. What I need to watch is this Ace Attorney stage show, though. One of the Ace Attorney stage shows. Because they are multiple. I love Ace Attorney too much, honestly. Nothing as too much. Oh no, there is something as too much. I would say a certain someone in chat does illustrate the too much very well. No, not Nan. Nan is very much chill about most things. Also, how dare you? How dare you try to throw Nan under the bus? Nan is just like, yeah, I'll go with it. Oh, I'm fine being thrown under the bus. Oh, you're being too nice to him. Nothing is too much for Ace Attorney. Yes, that I agree. Except for some Ace Attorney fans. Some people are not cool, but that's in every fandom, you know. Nan likes it under the wheels, I swear. What the fuck? Where did you even find this bus? Put it back where you found it. Maybe I phrase it like that. Perhaps don't. Be careful, Zeke, you're losing the fandom. I saw a joke TikTok that said that the perfect Beatles, like the band, because you know they're doing like 4 fucking biopics, adaptation would be if the Muppets played them. Like as a joke they said that, and I genuinely think it would be great, honestly. I genuinely think that would be a better version of the version they're working on right now, honestly. So I vote for the Muppet Beatles adaptation. Last year, I don't fucking know how I did this. Okay. So, I don't think I told this on stream. I might have at the time, but I don't remember. Last year, on my Letterboxd, like, recap thing for 2024, the actor that I got, like, I watched the most movies of, with one actor in, was a guy that I didn't recognize, so I looked him up. And the thing is, I had been annoying everyone with the Muppets weeks before, because I grew up on the Muppets and I keep being like, I need to rewatch the Muppet Show. I still do, I still haven't, but you know. And I kept being annoying about the Muppets to people and sending everyone Muppet videos and compilations, especially Zeke. Because this was like at the time where like the Pepe the King Prawn was a very good meme that was going everywhere on TikTok. So like it was perfect for my Muppet brain. And I also was realizing how much of my actual humor comes from the fucking Muppets. Because I was watching clips and being like, that's exactly what my humor is. That is incredible. And I look up the guy, because I'm like, I don't know who you are. And I see that the guy worked on the fucking Muppet Show. And I'm like, I haven't registered the Muppet Show in the Letterboxd. It was because he did puppetry in the Star Wars movies, and I had rewatched the Star Wars prequels. And also he was in Glass Onion, I think. Something like that. He was in Knives Out, I think. Something like that. So I had like 4 movies with him in it. And I was like, what the fuck? But just like the first thing that came out when I was Googling his name was the Muppet things. And I was like, this is too much. I am being followed by the Muppet. I am being hunted by the Muppets. But I think that's a positive thing. And I think they should make the Beatles movies with the Muppets. Also, I don't understand why they even want to do 4 movies. Like, 3 of them are going to be like just repeats of the first one. Like, yeah, like their lives are slightly different, but like they do spend a big amount of their lives together. So like, is that part of the movie just going to be the same for everyone? Like, that's just a shit idea. It's just such a bad idea. Also, with the amount of time that they want to make all these movies in, I'm like, you're going to make just 4 mid or like bad movies instead of like one really good one. That's bad. That's really bad. It's just going to be shit. Also, the casting sounds like hell. But yeah. The imp here. I kind of hope the movie flops, just because that way Barry Keoghan was in another flop, but you know. That's just me being mean, but I think I'm allowed. I don't like him. Something you say in French about like a grown-ass adult doing kids things or like being very childish in some subjects. And I don't mean like, you know, childish in the sense of oh, you play with Legos or shit like that. Like that I don't care. No, like being childish in the sense of like you're a grown-ass adult, why the fuck are you doing this? A thing you say in French is à ton grand âge. Like at your old age, why the fuck are you doing this? That's the saying. And I'm very like that with Barry Keoghan. I'm like, à ton grand âge, why the fuck do you act like this? That's very much the energy I'm bringing here. I'm so happy I decided before this that I was going to make this one very sketchy, because like I'm the full fucking battery set. That's so hard to draw. What was it called? Wait, was it called that? Wait. No. No, wait. Wait. An anime I'd really like to see in. What's her name? Her, yes. Yes, her. A manga I'd really like to have an anime is it called Anonymous Voice? Yes. Because it's also one that's around music. And I think that'd be very fun. But I think there was rumors of it becoming like an anime. Anonymous Noise. Because the manga that did that manga did another manga I really liked, and then I read that one because I liked the other manga. Yeah, it has an anime adaptation here. But did it ever end? Series published. The manga has been an animated television series that aired from April to June 2017 in a live-action movie. Oh, I'd have to watch that. I don't remember the story at all. I think it's something along the lines of a girl that wants to stay anonymous but has a really nice singing voice and ends up singing for a band, but she doesn't want to show her face or something. I think it's something along those lines, and that she has to like be like, okay, what do I do? I need to watch anime because I thought I remembered seeing that, like, because I know I read it before the anime adaptation was announced, or like happening. And I remember being like, oh, that'd be so fun as an anime because like it's all about music. But then it wasn't. It was made, but afterwards. So I need to check that out at some point. That'd be fun. Though only one season, so I don't know how long of the things they ended up adapting. Has there been any? I don't think there has. A lot of anime are obviously like adaptations because adaptations of manga and stuff. But some are like just animes or like become manga after they became an anime. Like that's the example with K-On! For example. But I don't think we've had like a very big like anime that didn't have a manga first and then became an anime in a while. I don't think we've had that in a while. I'm trying to think. Like an original thought for animation story. Shame corner for you. I'm so annoyed about this guy because he was one of my faves in the season 1, but then the movie with him in is horrible for him, for his character, kind of ruins everything. So I'm like, and there was so much interesting stuff they could have done and stuff with his character in that movie. But no, they did that. Okay. Choice. There's Great Pretender, but I guess it's not big enough. Yeah, and also Great Pretender is quite a few years ago now, right? Because it came out when I was still in art school. Though it's really, really pretty and fun, I recommend. Yeah, it is very fun. I watched it with Antoine at the time. We watched it while we ate. 2017, yeah, it's been a little bit now. Because like every time I'm thinking of another anime, I'm like, no, that has a manga. No, that has a manga. No, that has a manga. I guess like Retsuko as well. I don't think like Retsuko had a manga. But that's also kind of just product placements. You know? As well, so it's a bit different, a bit complicated. Because it is Sanrio and just Sanrio trying to make money. And also it is also like 2017, I think, so. Was Cyberpunk recent too? Yeah, but Cyberpunk, it's a bit different because like the anime is an original story, but it does come from the game still. So it's not fully original, it's still an adaptation in a way. But the Cyberpunk I think is like 2020 maybe? I don't know. I can look it up, wait. Cyberpunk. I need to watch it, anime. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. 2022, my bad. It's 2022. So I would say it's recent, yeah. In the last 3 years. It's kind of interesting, I think, how much of like the market is adaptation and stuff, and how normalized that is for anime and manga and stuff, and that's fully normal and fine. But in Western world, it's more normal to have like original products, and now we're starting to have like more and more adaptations, and everyone is like, we are so tired of having which I agree with, by the way, saying we are tired of having adaptations over and over and over. It's kind of funny how different that is, though. The same for dramas and stuff. God, I haven't watched a drama in fucking forever. God, I saw something funny also earlier. So apparently for the Spider-Man new Tom Holland Spider-Man 4 movies, they're looking for an actor that's going to be an older Asian man, which so then gives a hint of who the villain might be, whatever. Even though they said the villain might be a woman. Stuff are in the air everywhere, whatever. And so I saw someone talk about this and being like, oh my god, it's Markiplier's chance. That'd be fucking hilarious. I would love that. I would love for Markiplier to play fucking Martin Lee. That'd be amazing. I want that very deeply. Everyone would be screaming fucking Unus Annus in the cinema with the visuals that this guy has as well. I thought that, yeah, that'd be so fun. Exactly. Like, that's full, like, everyone would be like, oh my god, it's the Unus Annus is back. That'd be so funny. And honestly, in the one thing that I saw him, the few things that I've seen him play in, he's a good actor, so like, he's not Chinese. Yeah, he's not Chinese. They didn't specify Chinese, so that's why I'm also like, is it him? Or is it someone else? You know? It'd be an awesome in Spider-Man. Exactly. But you know, he's Korean. But if they make like a new character, or it's a character that doesn't have a very specified, like, it's just like Asian man, which side eye, but you know, please, we want our Markiplier to play that. That'd be fucking amazing. That'd be hilarious. Oh, I'd love that so much. Cause in the show, I can't remember what the name of the show was that we watched that he played in. The sleep thing. He was really good in that, and he's always been really good in his own stuff, and I'm very excited to see him in fucking Iron Lung whenever that finally fucking comes out, when Amazon lets him fucking release it. Ugh. It's wild how much he's getting fucked over with this as well. Yeah, it'd be fun. I think like Markiplier is one of the few um like content creators that would be like maybe becoming an actor or something, that I'm like, okay, yeah, no, you actually, I'm rooting for you. Because most of the time it's kind of just like you're looking at it from afar and you're like, you can't act, you can't do this, why are you trying? I get it, it's your dream and I'm happy you have those opportunities, but like, and also honestly, like if I were in their place, I would also take those opportunities. Let's not lie, like most people would. Like, amazing for you, not great for the audience. But like Markiplier, I'm like, no, no, actually this would be good. It's like yesterday I saw a French what's it called? Fuck. The guy is a YouTuber but does a lot of things. He does a lot of different stuff. And he was talking about all the different projects he's done and stuff over the years that are like a bit unexpected. And I'm like, oh, fun. And one of the things he did was like a comic book, and he did a comic book about his dog that passed, like his childhood dog. And I'm like, okay. That's just. And he's like, oh, I dreamed that like it would become like a kid's cartoon or something. And I'm like, you don't respect the medium, do you? Because like if you did, you know it's a bit more complicated than that, and that it's really rare to get a cartoon, and that's not how that kind of thing work. And God, just from the cover, that does not look fun, that does not look good. You just were like, oh, it'd be fun to make him into a comic book, yay. And that kind of thing, I'm like, you don't respect the jobs that do them, do you? Like the guy in question has done a lot of stuff that were not just YouTube and succeeded in them and deserves to, because he was qualified for those. But for that, I was like, that's a bit shitty. And I wish he didn't do that, but you know, happens. Yeah. And what I mean by that, by the way, is also that like, it's not like he. Pretty sure this guy didn't draw anything for the comic. He didn't write anything for the comic. Probably just wrote like the first idea, and then someone that actually knows how to write comic books came in. He didn't draw anything for it. So it's just like, is it even like your comic book at that point? Also, it's such a shame. At least in France, they fucking love to give book deals to influencers, and I'm like, dudes, like the amount of people that have comic books in French influencers is wild, and most of them make no sense to have had them. Some do, like there's one or two where I'm like, okay, no, it makes sense that you got a comic book and you didn't just make like a fucking, you know, kind of shitty thing based on your YouTube channel. You actually made a story that's fun. It's most are just bad, and I'm like, yay, the industry, amazing. You know. Mm-hmm. God, they're all very like Casper the Friendly Ghost colored, honestly, as far as skin shades go. Yeah, up, up. Go. Hopla. 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 Okay. Up. Cool. Makes me so happy because Antoine is in the trenches of season 2 of Daredevil and sends me recap every fucking episode that they watch, and I'm just like yee at every episode because I'm like, yeah, you're liking it, you're liking it, you're liking it. Because the plan is that once they're done with season 2, we're going to watch Punisher together. Because I was talking to them about how much I wanted to rewatch Punisher and stuff, and but I was like, oh, I just have to take the time to do it. And they were like, well, do you want to rewatch it together whenever I end up watching Daredevil? Like, how soon do you want to watch it? And I was like, well, I'd like to watch it like pretty soon. I kind of want to rewatch it like pretty soon. And he was like, oh, well, if I like watch the 2 seasons of Daredevil then like soonish, then we can watch it together. And I was like, oh yeah. And they've been doing that, and I'm very happy about it. Because they seem to really like it. And I'm like, yes, 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 yes. Ba, 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 ba. To the non-believers, I did the given one in an hour, 10 minutes, in less than an hour, probably, with like the chatting time and stuff. So like, fuck you for not believing in me that I was going to be too short, too not fast enough. Given anime, when was it released? The anime is 2019. So I watched it not that long after it came out. That's fun. Don't hype. Deke, you were the non-believer. You were the one that thought I was going to take 6 hours. I saw you not believe. Actually, just as a marshal in mind, I'm fine. Here we go. How dare you? Okay. What do I want to do next? I kind of want to just draw my boy. I was very tempted to get a reference from, because I have an art book. I have a oh no, then because I'll do. Okay, no, I have an order in mind. Or maybe I can do Reborn then here, like a little. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that. I have an art book from the Alchemist. So like maybe I could just take on that, but it's mostly like, obviously, art from the artist that drew the manga, the creator of the manga. So it's not from the anime. So I was like, no, I can't use that as reference. I have to get reference from the anime, which sucks because I wanted to do armor and like all that, and you don't have that much in the anime. about Tsuna. If to give you an like, he is one of my favorite characters of Reborn, but he's not my top favorite. But to give you like an idea of the energy that this character has, if you've ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh and you were like, Yugi is really cool, but Yagi Yogi is better, and I wish, and I like them both a lot, but I wish it was more like just Yagi Yogi. That's kind of the energy here. It's Yamigo Yugi, not, yeah. Basically, when he's in that form where he has like all the fire and stuff, he's Yami Yogi coded, and when he's normal, he is just Yugi coded. And as time passes by, he becomes more like adult and everything. But Reborn is an anime about a young guy called Tsuna, who he's an high school kid, and one day a baby comes to his house, and he's supposed to become his tutor, his school tutor. And so he ends up living with him and his mom, because he has a single mom as a parent in the house. And he's also here because Tsuna has been chosen to become the next father. I don't know how you say in English, but like boss of a mafia group. Because basically there was like a lot of people that were in line to become the next mafia boss, but they all died, and so he's the like closest heir kind of thing. So it's very random, but it ended up being him. And so he's going to train him to become the next heir of that big mafia family. And so he's going to have to choose people to join the family and become his like right hand man and like people he can trust. It's going to have to of course, be trained and everything. It's very fun, very silly. It's quite old, so there are some stuff that like haven't aged great, but that's fine. And I remember it gets like a lot better after that. It does get very fantastical after a while as well. Like they end up doing a lot of time. Like they have time travel mechanics from the get-go, but they end up going a lot into them later on. They have a lot of like special powers and stuff. And the thing is, like, what this baby can do is that basically he has a weapon, a gun, with like special kind of bullets. And what those bullets do is that if you're about to die, like if you just died, those bullets, no, sorry, mixed my brain up. He shoots you with the bullet, so it kills you, but it gives you like a second breath, and you get like extremely, like you need to have a dying wish basically, and then you become extremely like hyped to do that dying wish and very motivated, and then you just like do that, and you get like all the energy and adrenaline from having just died and the worry of I could never do that before I died. And yeah, and that's what happens when he has like the fire on his head. It's like the dying wish kind of thing. I remember like the power does get a bit different as time goes, and you can like just activate that wheel at some point when you get the gloves and everything. But yeah, it's a dying wish power that lasts for like a certain amount of time, so you don't have it like forever, of course. But also that also means that like if he shoots like Tsuna, if the baby shoots Tsuna in the head without having a dying wish, then the person just dies. Whoever. But yeah, I started rereading it, but I'm on the early chapters still. I'm just before the chapter before my favorite guy shows up, so I really need to get back into that at some point. But yeah, it's him also like having to fight different crime families and different villains, of course, because it's very like classic shonen structure. It's a very fun ride, and the anime is really fun. But yeah. The anime doesn't have the full story as well, so that's why I wanted to read the manga. I remember as a kid I stopped after a certain specific arc because my brother was like, afterwards it gets bad, which apparently it does, but you know, that's fine. Yeah, I've been wanting to reread it, just read it point blank to just get the experience of reading the manga, but also just like reread it so that I can like finally know the ending, because it was never in the anime, of course, and I stopped early anyway. Yeah, I dream. Those aren't the gloves I really really love, but he has like the manga, especially in the manga artwork, it has like orange gloves, like gloves like that, but have an orange thing on it. It just looks so nice. But yeah, and of course, all of his friends have different powers and different special techniques that they have. They all have like rings that activates the techniques. Yeah, they form this like nice mafia family at the end. And it's called Reborn because Hitman Reborn, because the baby who is instructor and like everything, doing all of this is called Reborn. He's not an actual baby, he just is like an adult in the form of a baby, which I know, very Shotacon. I don't like it either. But they don't, like, at least one thing that's good is that they don't make him look like an actual child. Like, he looks like a very silly baby figure, but he doesn't actually look like a child. He more looks like a wet puppet doll kind of thing. This anime was also one of the first anime that I encountered a character that was like kind of trans in it. Like, it's not really a trans character. It's from what I remember, because I haven't like watched or read it in a very long time, so I could be mistaken. But there's a character basically that has a woman form and a man form, but I think it's not a trans kind of thing or like a gender fluid kind of thing. I think it is two people living in the same body, and they kind of switch sometimes. I think that's what it is, but I don't remember. So it might be more DID than anything, kind of. But like I said, when I get to there, I'll reread, I'll see. But I don't remember at all. I just remember I liked that a lot as a child. I was like, you're in my favorites with the other characters I really like. I wonder why. Also, they look very cool, to be fair, both of them. Yeah, it's not exactly a Yami Yugi thing, because for him, I mean for this character, because Yami Yugi isn't Yugi, he's like just a different person, and they just both cohabit, and he takes over for Yu-Gi-Oh matches, but it's kind of like that energy. It just becomes more like his almost dead self as he becomes more mature and more adult, kind of thing. Oh, hi, Sunny. Hello, hello. How are you? I don't know if Sunny cares about that. Oh, dude. It talks of maybe, and you're like spreading the info. God. God. You're kind of meh. Oh, I'm sorry. This one of those days. I know you said mate. I know you said mate. Yeah, no, Urban Bison is my fave ever. It is well known. The one fact anyone should know about Sunny. Robert Pattinson is a favorite person ever. Yes, of course. The one well-known fact. God. She's doing some anime stuff. So I did give in already. Oh. There we go. And now I'm doing Reborn. Like, not to say a lot with hard relationship talks got me down. Like, it's okay, but you know, yeah, for sure. If you want to talk about it in DMs, you can send me something. No pressure, of course. Like, just if you want to like vent, feel free. You know. I'm sorry. No worries. No pressure, of course. Like, you don't have to send me anything, but if you want to, you can. Life be hard. Up. That's not too bad for that one. I saw you had your new like Easter little guide that came out of My Little Pet Shop. Like a little, I saw a little bunny rabbit. It was really cute. Okay, let me check the full actual name of this. It's just called Reborn. Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Here we go. I was like, there's a full name to this. Katekyo Hitman Reborn. And I feel like a lot of the fans of the anime must know that Reborns are also very realistic baby dolls that people get, because you type Reborn, that's the first thing you see. You don't see the anime, and then you're like, ah, the fuck is this? So be careful. Kyoba. Okay. I love that, like, main characters you have Tsunayoshi Sawara, which is Tsuna. Then you have Kyoya Hibari, my baby. Then you have Tsuna Sawara, which is the same character as the first one. Why did you put Tsuna twice? What's happening? What's the date? 2006. Did it start coming out in 2006? Yeah, okay, 2006. I'll trust the internet when they tell me 2006. Let's go. Second one down. Pew, pew, pew. For the bottom one now, do I do Hunter x Hunter or do I do... Yeah, I'll do Hunter x Hunter because then here I can have a big mix as well, because then it's not like too fantasy or too like slice of life quote unquote on one side and not at all on the other. Like that. Here we go. I don't know which one I want to draw though. I'll draw the profile one because it's easier. My babies. I'm so excited that the manga is starting back and has started back, because that means we might get an anime adaptation again. That'd be nice. I mean, a continuation of the anime, rather. Okay, let's see. So we have you here. Okay, so Hunter x Hunter. You can read whenever. Thank you for the openness. No worry, I'll read that after stream. Oh yeah, I see. I look at my Discord and oh indeed. No worries. So and then over here. I'll probably move that around so that it makes more sense, but that's fine. Hunter x Hunter is an anime about a young boy called Kion. Not at all. Called Gon. He's not called Kion at all. No, don't apologize. I just like... I usually have the notifs on for Discord. I don't know why it didn't ring this time. I usually... Oh, it's because I'm streaming, so it has like the streamer mode is not ringing. That's why, okay. So that's why I was surprised when I looked up. I was like, what do you mean I have notifications and I wasn't aware? Because I always have like the sound on, that's why. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter is a story of a young guy called Gon, like very much a kid, like he's 12 I think, who wants to become a hunter, which is a specific job, and he wants to become a hunter because his dad was a hunter, and he wants to find his dad again, because of course his dad's not here, he's a shonen protagonist, of course he doesn't have a dad, so he's trying to go hunt for his dad, basically. So he goes to take the hunter exam, so that you can get a hunter card, and on the road he becomes friends with, I'm going to do it like this, it'll be easier. With lots of very colorful characters and fights others. It's very classic shonen, but it's like, in my humble opinion, out of the like most well-known, very basic shonen stories that are like very long, lots of arcs, lots of different stuff, this one is the best. And this is my favorite out of all of them. So the basic ones in my head are always like One Piece. I've never watched One Piece, so I can't really judge it, but like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, Demon Slayer probably, Jujutsu Kaisen, kind of getting into that one as well, Boku no Hero Academia, all of those. My favorite is Hunter x Hunter. I think it's the best one. I think it's the one that works the best. And this screen is from a later arc of the series that is kind of the arc where the story gets a lot more serious. Like, it was already serious, you already had like a lot of serious stuff, but like this arc, it's like, actually let's go a notch higher. And it's usually the arc that loses a lot of people, because they're like, ooh la, change of tone was brutal. But, and it is a painful arc to rewatch, honestly. I wasn't ready to how much of the tone shift was when I rewatched it. But it's also my favorite arc because it has two of my favorite characters, namely Meruem and Komuji. She's my baby. I love her so much. But yeah, I kind of want to rewatch it to re-see them, because the thing is, like, last time I was trying to watch it with my ex, and he was a bit too sensitive for, which is fine for how hardcore that fucking arc was. And so we were like, okay, well, go slow. We go like little by little and stuff. And so we didn't get to the part where those two interact or are together, and it makes me sad because they're my babies and I love them very much. So that's kind of what I also want to rewatch, so I can re-see my little babies, my little guys. Because I got to see only the part that are like a bit traumatizing. I didn't get to see my guys interact. I didn't get to see like weird fucking Cell from Dragon Ball. And Cutie interact. God, that fuck ass design. I have to say, the one thing you cannot like give any shits to, I mean, you can give a lot of shits to, God, I forgot the name of the mangaka, but the guy that does Hunter x Hunter, is like, his character designs are all over the place. Sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's just, what the fuck are you doing to? But it's also very funny in a way. But yeah, it's a world with lots of people with lots of different powers, and it's very funky. But yeah, that arc usually kind of makes it or break it for people, because it's so good. You reminded me of my ex, and I was trying to watch Lord of the Rings and got mad at me. Oh no! Oh no! Why? Was it because you weren't liking it or something? Oh, that fucking sucks. Were you not identifying with the hobbits enough, and so he was mad at you? Because he was like, no, this is not how you should watch Lord of the Rings. Ugh. I wasn't understanding it, so and so I did what I usually do, and I was being jokey. Oh, I see. Okay. And he didn't like the jokes, I'm guessing. And yeah, lol, he was like, you're making fun of my favorite movie. How dare you make a joke? He would have hated me watching Lord of the Rings, because I spent all 3 movies just commenting on the horses. The thing is that even when I like something, you can ask Kaylin, we're playing Spider-Man together, and I keep commentating on every fucking plug outlet that I see, because they keep putting huge ass outlets on the ground, but nothing is plugged into them, and I keep commentating, being like, you're wasting energy, why are you wasting energy, plug stuff, or like, shut it off, but stop having on outlets with nothing in them. And I'm loving the game. Orseus, and I was like, dude, I was trying to get into it. I would die if me and people I watch movie was in which... Yeah, I make lots of jokes as well. Right? Like, we're watching the most erratic serious shit that we love, and we are gonna joke. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's kind of like a well-known thing, at least within my friend group and like the people that I watch stuff with, that like, if you don't want to watch something with someone joking next to you, which is like, I understand for some stuff, like I have some stuff I'm like, I want to watch it with no commentary next to me, you watch it alone, and then maybe if you want to do a rewatch, then you watch with your friends and you can do jokes and stuff while watching. But like, yeah, like that's why we didn't watch Arcane together, because we all wanted to have a little like, we need to chill and watch this. He was really like, you're not appreciating it, right? God. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, like I said, I spent most of my watch of... Because I really don't care about high fantasy. So I spent most of my watch just being like, the horses are pretty. Funky horses. Ah, the horses are back. I don't know why. I was just like horses. Ah, Marianne, my boy, my love. I need to make you smaller. Here we go. Medieval. Yeah, I just like I watched it with my ex flatmates because they were like, "You've never seen it? Oh, let's watch it all together." Because they were like, "It's time for us to rewatch it as we do every few years anyway." And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Well," at the end of it, I was like, "Well, I wouldn't have watched it all alone for sure. Now I've seen it, and I have no memory of most of the 3 movies because I really did not care." And there were too many made-up names for my liking. I couldn't keep it up. Yeah, the thing that helped me is that I already knew most of the names, I feel like, just from pop culture references. Like, I feel like I would have had a really hard time watching those movies if I didn't know who most of the characters were before watching the movie. Like, I already knew Gimli, I already knew Legolas, I already knew Frodo, I already knew Sam. Like, I already knew most of the characters, who they were and what they looked like. Pippin, everyone. Like, I feel like if not, I would have been confused for a lot of it. Did he try to make you watch the long version or the normal version as well? Because like, if it's a long version, that's even hard, like harder on someone that has never seen it and also especially isn't that much into like high fantasy. I meant like world building words. Ah, that kind of words. Ah, I see. To make something up, I mean, when they were like, yeah, I didn't follow up any of the lore. I kind of knew like the vagueness of it, but I didn't follow up any of that. I was like, okay. Quick, get the Smashala to reach the Luna. Yeah, I see. Yeah, like, I know the base plot of like, you have to throw the ring into the Mordor. That's the mountain. That's all I know. The rest, I'm not really, you know. Most of the words I know, same, is because I knew already from pop cultural stuff. It's really hard with those kind of, like, he did a lot of world building, which I think like is a lot easier to follow up in book form, because then you can take your time to be like, oh, okay, this is that and this is that and this is that. Like in fantasy books, it's always so hard because you have so many names, but you can kind of just like cheat by writing them down, or like kind of being like, wait, let me check back in the book like a few pages ago, was this what we were talking about? Yes, okay, good. Well, like with this, it's like, ugh. No one's going to explain. Yeah, for sure. Eh. For sure. I know we talked about like our childhood animes and like what we liked as kids, but Sunny, do you have any like more recent stuff that's your favorite? Because then we talked about like Chokara and all that, and like the childhood ones. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I had to keep asking, making jokes, so he got mad. Like anime, yeah, anime. Since you know it's a theme for today. God, I love that he gave me all the fucking little like nail polishes. It was like, my boy's going to be fancy. Fun fact about the author for Hunter x Hunter: he is married to the author of Sailor Moon, and so if he because he has a lot of health problems, so if he ever passes or whatever or something happens before he's able to finish writing Hunter x Hunter, his wife will take over, and like she knows the end of the story and stuff, so she'll take over and like finish the series for him. And I think that's very pretty and beautiful, and also makes sense why both works are queer as fuck, because you see them together, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense why you both made very queer manga. You're on the same line. I just don't watch anime anymore for years, but like I guess the newer stuff, I like Tokyo Ghoul's manga a lot and then the anime was shit. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I was wondering. I haven't watched stuff too recently either. I watched something once in a blue moon, but I have a lot that I want to catch up on. Oh, that's a shame that you haven't found anything that trapped you like that anymore. It's such a commitment now as well when you're like older to be like, okay, I have this amount of time for my free time. Let's try to like implement it in something that I might hate or like not think is worth it. When like you're younger and you have more time, you kind of just can be like, okay, well, let's try this show and this show and this show and this show. This is making me so sad. Just seeing him without her, I'm like, no, you should be together always. I'm very emotionally invested in my little guys. Yeah, exactly. I think the newer stuff I probably watched, I don't know, maybe like one of those, the Pokemon stop motion anime. I think I watched that last. I watched the Silent Voice not too long ago. All of those are like months and months ago, but you know, I'm trying to find like the last thing I watched. She is around like where his hat is like the top of her head, so it should be around here. Hmm? I didn't finish that one because I felt too slow. That's valid. It was like something I watched while eating and stuff. So it was like more something to pass time and have in the background. So it's like kind of refreshing to have something a bit slow. But yeah, I think like if I had just tried to watch it as is, I would have had a hard time. I'm trying to find like anime. What's the last thing I watched? And I think like the only thing that comes to mind is a Silent Voice. So it might have been a Silent Voice. A Silent Voice, not at all. I keep mixing up a Silent Voice and a Sign of Affection. Because they're both animes with a main character who's not hard of hearing, but yeah, who has a hearing disability. I keep like mixing them. They're very different, but yeah, I think it's like the either first season of A Sign of Affection, either the first season of Sign of Affection, or Apothecary Diaries. Those are either the two things that I watched last, I think. But I caught up recently on the A Sign of Affection manga, and it's so good. It's so cute. It makes me so happy. It's so wholesome. It's so sweet. Death. Yes, thank you, Sunny. I don't know why the word was just not coming back to me. It was like, no, you won't get it. You won't get the word. But yeah, so either A Sign of Affection or that one. Yeah, Sign of Affection was so good. I actually forgot about it. Yeah, I read the manga a long while before the anime was ever announced. And then I saw the anime announced and I was like, yes! And then recently I was rethinking about it and I was like, I don't know, I don't remember where I stopped, and I went back and looked at that and then caught up on all the chapters I hadn't read yet. It's just so good. I don't know what chapter I'm on now. I'm on chapter volume 12, chapter 49. I have a few like manga that I keep up with that I have like on tab. I have The Guy She Was Interested In Wasn't a Guy at All. I have My Life as an Internet Novel, which is my favorite manhwa. I have A Sign of Affection, Witch Atelier, which I have read half of and I need to get back on. And Skip to Loafer. Those are the ones I have tabbed always. Oh, I also have Companion Private Life because that one was cute, but I need to wait for a while for new stuff. I did really like that one, I said corrected. Yeah, that one is just, it's the fucking perfect. This one and Skip and Loafer are such refreshing new romance manga slash anime coming out, and I'm so happy we're getting new ones that are like so sweet and like a new like kind of like a rebirth of the shoujo and like romance genre within shoujos, because they're my favorite fucking thing. I grew up on them. I love them so much. I read so many of them, and so having new ones that are like just so. And The Guy She Was Interested In Wasn't a Guy at All also I think counts in that. It's so refreshing and so nice to have like that genre be kind of like the rules are broken, we're getting something new, and we're getting something really good. Because those kind of manga like that are just like slice of life with like a romance or something are just so refreshing and like so good for the soul and the serotonin to have like reading something a bit more light-hearted but like still really good and really well written and like that has a message. It's so nice. It's honestly so fucking nice. But like same, like that's what I was saying earlier, that like I had a hard time finding animes for this list because a lot of stuff I read as manga first and then watched the anime, or like I discovered with the manga, so I can't really put it in a list of my favorite anime because more in my list of favorite mangas. Like same with Sign of Affection, like I started with the manga. I like that we're getting cute, non-crazy. Exactly, cute, crazy, non-crazy toxic rom. Exactly, and there's no like, there's a lot less miscommunication tropes, and when they are like, they immediately go and are like explaining it to each other. Like there's no like, crazy. I'm in love with the main character as well, or like the love interest as well. So I'm trying to like sabotage it for everyone. Plots like they are as fun as they are in stuff like Maid Sama or Haran or School Club. They get tiring after a while. You just kind of want people to be happy and together, and like it's just nice. And then you have stuff like Skip and Loafer, which is has a romance point, but it's not like the main thing, and it's so fucking healthy. Like I don't want to spoil it, but there is a specific thing that makes me so happy that they did for like the healthiness of the relationship that the two main characters have. It makes me so happy because it's something I had never seen in a shoujo before. A character says that and like do that kind of choice. So I was so fucking happy when it happened because I was like, yes, 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 yes. And The Sign of Affection. The Sign of Affection is so good. I know I'm not the only one in that case because I talked about it with a friend and I think they were like, yeah, me too. But like, it's so good and so sweet and so nice that for a while I was so fucking sure the guy was going to really fuck up and secretly be horrible. And the more it advances, the less. No, he's just perfect. He's just like that. He's just that great. He's just that amazing. He's just that sweet. It's like, yes. And you're so worried that the girl is going to get hurt, like very hurt, and then no, it's just like nice, and you're like, oh, yay. Because we're so used to stuff with like, oh, but then he's actually like, he's actually his brother. Like, no, no, stop. Oh, but in secret he had the mafia against him. Like, no. Ugh. And as much as I like to reread like older JoJo's for that, it is very refreshing to not have that in newer ones. God. Especially with like A Sign of Affection, the thing that makes me very happy is the fact that they are both in university. Like, they're not in high school. And that is so fucking refreshing. And that brings in like new topics and new stuff. And new, like, stuff that you wouldn't have in a high school one, or like would be dealt with like really quickly at the end, like living together and like university courses and the fact that they're both going to have jobs, stuff like that. Like, yes. For me, the thing that balances it was that I hated a childhood friend and he's an asshole. Yeah, everyone hates the childhood friend. He is such an asshole. He's the worst. He gets better. Honestly, he does. He gets over himself, which is really nice. But that's what I love as well. It's like, he's an asshole, but he never does like anything that really harms her, you know? And that is so fucking refreshing. In like an older JoJo, the guy would have tried to like kill the love interest, or like would have tried to like kiss her behind his back, or like stuff like that, you know, and really hurt her. Like, here he's just kind of vibing and being a dick in the background. Which is so funny. Like, also, I saw people talk about the way sign language is shown in the anime, and they apparently did a really good job, especially for the way he signs. Because in the manga, it's said that like the way he signs can be like really rude towards her, like kind of shitty. And the way they animated him signing reflects that really well, apparently. And that makes me so fucking happy. Like, it's so important that sign language is shown like well done in that anime, so I'm so happy that they apparently did a really good job. Sure, it made me happy that there was no doubt like she didn't like him back, and that wasn't gonna, and to me that was such, yeah, it's so refreshing to not have to like, will they, won't they, childhood friends, because like maybe she likes him, maybe no, she's not interested, she gets her boyfriend, let's go. Like, no. Someone's very much a lot more interesting to her, and like she's not going to like entertain the idea of going with like the dumbass in the corner. She's like, yeah, we're just friends. And they have like later on they also have a very interesting conversation about that in the manga, where, okay, I need to merge those two. Actually merge those three so I can make it closer. They have a really like nice conversation about it, where like, not going to spoil it, but they have a really good conversation about the topic. It's not like left in like a weird thing of like, you know, I know, and I know you. Like, they actually like talk about it multiple times with multiple people over the thing. It's really nice. Oh wait, no, I see how I meant it. Whatever. It's so good. Like, it's so refreshing, and so it's kind of the same with the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all. It's a bit more on the like classic JoJo side with like not understanding people and stuff, but also it makes sense because they're high schoolers, so like there's going to be a bit more miscommunication there. Like, you know, it's going to happen. That's how kids are, like teenagers and stuff. You're going to like not understand everything all the time, but they still like take the time to have those like scenes where they talk and clear things up, and like the I don't understand you doesn't happen for like 12, like 100 chapters, which is what would happen. Like, in older stuff. And it's so nice. It truly is so refreshing. I think that's good. Maybe like one here. Yeah, okay. As a lover of romance stories, it makes me so happy. Ugh. Da-da-da. Okay. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. Oh, no worries. That was a while back. It's so very cute bunny. Okay, I need to stop and go back on working. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. What is he? Ba 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 ba. it's not the topic because we're still on. We haven't drawn the Haikyuu one yet, and we'll draw Haikyuu in a while. But like, I would like to say, I have now. It has happened twice, which I think is too many times. I have been able twice now to answer to like general culture volleyball questions because I know too much about Haikyuu and I'm too much of a fan of Haikyuu, and I don't think that's. I don't think I should be able to answer like general knowledge volleyball questions that people that just don't know that much about volleyball can't answer to because I watch Haikyuu. I don't think that's. I don't like an anime making me kind of a sports fan by affiliation. I'm not for it. I don't think that's fair. Don't do this to me. Let me be not knowledgeable about sports. And not even like, oh, I kind of know. Like, no. Kind of like the amount of knowledge that like they asked the question and before they gave like the multiple like answers that you could choose from, I knew already the answer. Like, no. I don't remember what the second question was. But the first one was, what specificity is a libero in volleyball? Like, what specificity does he have? And I think it was like, he's the only one that can do points, he's the only one that has this, and the answer is, he has a different jersey from everyone else. He is in opposite colors. And I don't remember what the second question was. But I know I had the same. I think it was maybe a thing with points. Like, how many points do you need to have, like, in between two teams to win? Sports fan by proxy. No! Don't do this to me. I can't do this. It's not fair. Especially with two things, because then I know a little bit. I mean, one is not a real sport, so I think I'm fine with that. But there's the All for the Game series, which is a book series that I really love, and it's the sports books. It's mostly gays, though. It's very little sports, mostly gays. But they all are in a team of a sports called XC, which isn't a real sport. It's like very violent lacrosse. So I know a bit about XC because of it. But I mostly kind of gloss over the parts with XC and I go just to the gay parts, so I'm not too bad about that. Like, I wouldn't be able to answer questions about XC. But I'm starting to know too much shit about volleyball and I don't like it. You can't do this to me. Like, I've watched Free. I don't know shit about swimming. Like, I haven't remembered a single fucking info about swimming. I watched, what's it called? Kuroko no Basket. I don't remember shit about basketball. Why do you do this to me with volleyball? Is it because it's just one of the literal greatest animes of all time? Doesn't matter if it's a sports one? Perhaps. Is it because I have watched the anime like 3 times? Maybe. She's so good. Like, I hate that, like, if people ask me anime, right, I'm going to be like, okay, so you have this sports one about volleyball, and I promise you it's going to be the best thing you've ever seen. I know you don't care about volleyball, I don't either. This will make you care. This raised the amount of people that tried to play volleyball when it came out. It's not a normal sports anime, it's the ultimate sports anime. It's just too good. It has everything you could want, and it's one of the rare shonen anime that has a good fucking ending that makes sense for every fucking one. I'm so excited for the new movies to come out for Haikyuu. Because we had a first movie last year that came out, and then it's going to be one this year. And then another one, I think? I don't remember. They keep announcing new shit. They should stop. They could have just done a last season. That would have been fine. I don't know why they're doing this. They insist on me like, no, we're not doing a full season. I almost put Dragon Ball in the list of favorite animes because it is like the childhood one I had. I put kind of Reborn instead because those are both like childhood ones I have. But honestly, drawing him is kind of like drawing a character from Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, so it's the same shit, you know? Basically the same shit. Also, I don't know how. I always forget the name of the author from Hunter x Hunter. I think it's Tomodachi. I don't remember. But I don't know how he managed to honestly be the only like manga author to make like this relationship not seem weird. Because just all of the thing that goes around them is just like, no, actually it makes sense that those two connect like that and have that kind of relationship. And it's never perverted, it's never like uncomfortable. It's really nice, it makes me very happy. They're just them, they're just each other's most important person, and it makes me extremely fucking happy. And there's no like weird I'm 4,000 years old to justify this. Actually, they're both quite young. He's younger than her, but works weirdly. And also he's not human, so you know. But yeah. And I'm the first to be irked by stuff like that, so. The fact that they're very, very... You're telling me their name is Friend? No, his name is Meruem. Wait. Like this. It's hard to say. And her name is Komugi. The fact that they Oh, you mean the author? Tomodachi, yeah, Tomodachi's friend. No, I'm just remembering wrong what he's called. Yes, you meant that, sorry. Hunter X Hunter author. I never remember his name. Togashi. His name is Togashi. Togashi. It's just similar, and so my brain gets confused. That's why I was like, I'm sure I have it wrong right now. It's the kind of thing where, like, when I see someone talk about Togashi, I'm like, yes, I know exactly who we're talking about. And if I need to talk about Togashi, I'm like, fuck, what's your name? Yeah, exactly. It's similar. Tries to justify himself very violently. Here we go. Little here. But yeah, the good thing about those two being very like side characters within the entire story like they have their arc and then we don't see them again, is on one hand the good thing is that we don't get weird stuff from the fandom about them. The bad thing is that means there's very little fan art about them, and that makes me extremely sad. And very little anything about them in like fandom space, because they're not often there. And I'm like, my Phoebes, I love them so much. Why did you do this to me? There we go. Out of context, it is very funny that I can tell people this is supposed to be a weird end and just give no more context and just leave it at that, and it would be true. He is supposed to be a weird end. I'm realizing that her and Matt Murdock both get in the category of one of my favorite characters of all time that is blind and gets extremely like not babied but like undermined because of that disability, but actually fucking kicks ass. Is a lot stronger than people would like to believe they are. That makes me happy. At least she was quick to color. A little bit of this here, and it's all good. Hold on. Okay, I just need to do the books, and then we'll be done with this too. Oh, and these guys. Here you go. I'm just kind of going to do some like randomly because it's not that important. Go. I'm just kind of going to do some like randomly because it's not that important. Okay. There's two versions of the anime that came out, and the one I watched is the one from that's technically not finished. From 2011, I think, is when it came out. Oh, Hunter x Hunter Nen X Impact will be out in July 2025. Oh, it's a game. It's a game. Okay, I don't care. 2011, yeah. There's the first anime adaptation that came out in 1998, but I think the 2011 is good. So, because of course the 1998 didn't have as many arcs and stuff because it wasn't that far away. They did it twice. They were twice like, oh, manga is still not done. But the style from the 1998 anime is very cool though. Visually, the style is really pretty. Okay. Let's do my boy. Let's do this boy. I've been meaning to draw his armor for a while now. Up. Here we go. Here we go. On to page 2. Don't know why, when I was thinking of... Because he's not my... I love him a lot, but he's not my favorite character in... by a long shot in... Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. But I don't know why, I was thinking of Fullmetal Alchemist and I was like looking at screenshots and stuff and I was like, ugh, I kinda want to draw Alphonse. Just because, to draw the armor and stuff. So if you somehow lived under a rock and have never heard of Fullmetal Alchemist, first of all, I would recommend personally watching the Brotherhood version of the anime and not the normal version of the anime. The reason is, basically, when Fullmetal Alchemist the anime came out, they hadn't finished the manga, and so they had to kind of improvise the end. A lot of people prefer the first version because they grew up with it or because of the rhythm. But I personally have not watched the first version of the anime, only watched Brotherhood, and it is incredible. It's really good. And I know a lot of people have complaints about the later part of the original anime because, you know, they had to improvise shit because they didn't know where it was going. But yeah. For the few people that don't know and have never heard of this anime before, it's the story of Edward Elric, which is a young alchemist in a world in which alchemy exists and you can, you know, do very cool shit. And so he is a young boy who is an extremely talented alchemist and works for the state and has like his license and stuff. And so he helps people as an alchemist to try and make their lives easier. And also, on the side, he is disabled. He has an automated arm and leg, and he's trying to get those back, but more importantly, trying to get his brother's body back. The brother is the guys that I'm drawing right now, because as kids they tried to bring their mother back from the dead, and the price they paid from trying that is that the brother lost his body and Edward lost his leg, one of his legs and one of his arms, and successfully somehow managed to seal his brother's spirit within an armor, and that's how he's still alive instead of just being dead. And so yeah. It's a really, really good manga and anime. Highly recommend. And also like one of the most popular ones of all time for obvious reasons. And my favorite guy is Roy Mustang, but I've already drawn him in the like Upsal, like I don't remember which page, but I know I've already drawn him for this, so I was like, we're not doing like drawing him just on repeat, so. This is a fun little. Yeah, your baby. I was thinking about you when I chose to do him for Fullmetal Alchemist. I saw you were watching a few episodes of Daredevil. I saw the message stuff. I didn't read them. I didn't have time to read them yet, but I saw the message and I was like, But yeah, look, that's where we are so far. He always makes me think of you a lot, Alphonse, because you're very, like, that energy. I'm waiting for episode 12 to download. Nice. You're really downing them. I'm happy. I'm glad you like it so much. We'll be able to watch Punisher soon. When we end Punisher, I'll do you a summary of Defenders so you don't have to watch it. So you can just delve into season 3 afterwards, if you want to. Because there are like big important plot points that happen in Defenders for the season 3 of Daredevil that you kind of need to know. Because if not, you're going to be like, when the season starts. But Defenders is just too bad. Yeah, I'm just doing sketches and like coloring them today, so it's not taking me too much time. My heart is melting. I have Alphonse energy. My eyes are teary. Yeah, of course you do. I always like mix the two of you in my head. You know, like associate the two of you in my head. Yeah, if you're watching Future together. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. Yeah, you'll summarize Defenders a little easier. Yeah, exactly, because it's bad. It's so bad. But it's important. I'll even probably send you some scenes and stuff. No, actually no, I'm too lazy for that, but yeah, like the one thing I'd be like, if you really, really want to have like the full mood before you go to season 3, I'll just watch the last ep of it, but honestly, I can also just summarize it. It'd be more like for the angst of it all, because it's very angsty. And I'll send you probably like a few of the funny moments with Jessica Jones and Daredevil, because their duo is great. Their duo is fucking amazing. They're extremely funny together. I'm so happy they put them together in that show, because like with anyone else I would be like, ugh. There's a very funny moment in Defenders where Daredevil is the only one with a suit out of that group, like with an actual suit, and so he comes in his fucking Daredevil suit that he just changed out of, and they all just look at him like, why are we here? Why did we wait for you to change in your fuck-ass suit with your little horns? I'm gonna think. À la rigueur, je checkerai le résumé sur YouTube. Yeah, that's valid.
they're also like not disgusted, but like kind of about him being in his suit, and he's like, he's just happy to be in his little suit. He's like, let's go. J'ai pas non. Oh, oui, ça j'en ai. T'inquiète pas que je vais t'en envoyer des clips rigolos. Les compilations de clips, surtout de Matt et de Jessica, ils sont incroyables. Et j'en ai vu plein. Je t'en les enverrai sur TikTok. Je t'enverrai peut-être des edits un peu tristes aussi où je te mettrai ça, c'était dans Defenders. Ça, c'était une scène dans Defenders, voilà le contexte. Voilà. Parce que t'as 2-3 trucs comme ça où je suis en mode ah, c'est bien comme d'avoir vu la scène de Defenders pour le petit côté vraiment drama de la chose. Mais ouais. I know that there's at least like one person that went ugh because I started speaking French out of nowhere, and that makes me always very happy. Hell yes, and anyway, yes, I'll do it, yay. I love jump scaring people just chilling to these streams by going French from out of nowhere. French jump scare. I mean, it's true. French was scary. Yeah, well, it really is. Okay. Here we go. Petit pépou. Have fun during I'm going back to lurking and watching Didi. Also, fun fact, Didi is a nickname for my uncle, André, tonton Dédé. Oh, c'est marrant ça. Oh, trop mimes. Have fun. Hope you like the end of the season. A little fun thing that happens a lot in Photo Alchemist, also known as FMAB, is and if you want to talk specifically about Brotherhood, FMAB with the B in, is the fact that because out of the brothers, this Alphonse is the bigger one. He's always in his armor and stuff because he's sealed in the armor. Often people assume that he is the alchemist and that Edward is his disciple or something, or his younger brother, because Alphonse is the younger brother and they are known as the Elric brothers. So they always assume that Alphonse is Edward. It's kind of a cute little repetitive gag that they do through a bunch of the anime at the start of it, especially because afterwards, when it gets more serious, of course they stop doing it. It's just such a little gag of being oh, welcome, you must be the alchemist. Here, let me show. And he's no. He is not me. I'm just a little guy. Leave me alone. I'm the littlest brother. Because of course everyone assumes that there's a guy inside of the helmet and stuff. Because I didn't say that, I forgot to say that, but yeah, what they did to try to bring their mother back, that's not legal. That's reprehensible by law. You're not supposed to be able to do that. And also, one of the things that happened because they did that is that Edward now is also able to cast magic and alchemy without first drawing circles and basically writing down spells, because they have to do circles with what they want the spell to be, basically. And because he did that, one of the things he got was that now he doesn't need to anymore. He can cast without one, which is extremely hard to do, and makes him a fucking badass at the age that he is. Let's just say that. And so that's also really cool and very impressive for everyone around him. go. Oh yeah, also one of the reasons that everyone assumes he is the alchemist is because alchemists have a nickname usually, and Edward's nickname is the Full Metal Alchemist because he has an arm and a leg that are automails, so like metal replacements. And so when they see the armor, they assume he is the Full Metal Alchemist. But no. 2009, okay. It's his brother. That's also one of the reasons that they assume it's Alphonse, not Edward. Okay. Oh, I made him really big. I'm going to make him probably a bit smaller. I wanted to redraw this frame from Haikyuu. Oh, babies. My babies. Okay, sorry. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, I can just like draw it under and then do like a character from. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, I'll do that. I think that works. Maybe just make him like slightly smaller though. There you go. So, Haikyuu. Haikyuu is an anime about volleyball, like I said earlier. It's an anime where you follow the school called Karasuno School team, volleyball team, through a few years, specifically Inata Shoyo, who is a young high school student and joins that high school specifically because of a champion, volleyball champion that he really admires and really loves. And he was like, I want to join this school because of this legend. And it's a story of that team that goes from being one of the worst high school team in the country to one of the best, if not the best. We don't know yet. We don't know if they win the nationals at the end. I mean, we know if you read the manga, but you don't know if you watch anime because that hasn't come out yet. But yeah. And so the specificity of Inata Shoyo that makes him our main character is that he is tiny, and in volleyball you need to be tall so you can jump high and win points, and he is quite small. And the thing is that he jumps really fucking high. That's his thing. And he's also really, really fast. That's his other thing. And so the scene I'm drawing right now is a scene about in one of the matches that they're doing, so we can see that in public and stuff. This character, who's called Tsuki or Tsukiyama, he is usually very reserved. He likes to say that he doesn't care about volleyball that much. And this is the point where he realizes he actually fucking cares, and it's really important to him, and he wants to win, and he wants to do what he do and do it good. And so it's a very cathartic moment where after like a big time of him fighting to be like, no, I don't care, no, I don't care, no, I don't care. He has reasons, by the way, to be like, no, I don't care. Backstory, all that. He finally like cares, and he is a blocker. So blockers, you know, block balls, and they have to block spikes from other players. And that is hard, especially when a player is extremely strong. And he has been like analyzing a player in front of him for like the entire fucking match, and he finally blocks a spike from that player, which is extremely impressive. And so he goes back down from his jump and screams a very, very happy scream of like fucking finally, basically. And everyone is like really shocked that he is into this and finally letting himself enjoy the game and play. And yeah, it's usually a scene that Haikyuu fans really, really love, because this character, Satsuki, goes from being kind of like an asshole and someone you kind of hate at the start of the anime to someone you really, really are rooting for towards the middle end. I know I personally couldn't fucking stand the guy at first, and now he's one of my favorite characters, so you know. And he's one of the, like, all the characters are very, very well written and interesting and stuff. And the thing with Tsuki is that he's very contrasted by the main character, so Shoyo, because Shoyo / Hinata is like the sun. He is a fucking sun. Constantly, he is the sun for everyone and all around him. And Tsuki, like his name would make you believe, is a lot more moon coded, and so they have a very nice like comparison thing going on, like they came in the same year and stuff. And the thing is, like, it's not the main rival or anything. The main rival is Kageyama, who's someone else. But it's really honestly, it's really nice to have like multiple characters that can have such nice like parallels with the main character, and that you can really, yeah. My favorite characters are both from the Fukuro Dani school in Haikyuu. They are Bokuto and Akashi from that team. They're my babies, I love them very much. And then in order of favorites, I also have, I really like Shigawara from the main team, and of course the cats are also amazing. It's the kind of anime where it's really hard to not have 20,000 favorite characters, because they're all so good and they all have their time, they all have their arcs, they all have their time. Like, it's the kind of anime where when you end a match, you really usually you kind of want both teams to win, which sucks. Even at times you kind of want the team that's against our main characters to win, because you're like, well, we got the background episode, they all deserve to win as well, they're all really cool. They all clearly want this. Can't say both win, but no one has to win. Like, there are matches where you're genuinely like, I kind of wish our main team didn't win. But yeah, it's a masterful work of character like story and everything. It's so good. And also, like I said, it's one of the rare like main shonen anime that has a good fucking ending, so you know, watch it. There's the Haikyuu movie that came out this year that was also so good. I'm so happy I got to see it in cinemas, honestly. Not gonna lie, I'm not going to do the people in the things in the seats because like already doing the seats I'm like like I'm not going to do people, sorry. Go. Oh no, I need to also merge you in. Yeah, here we go. Hop, hop. Here we go. Yeah. No more orange. More like, yeah, more like that. What is feeling? Also, the Karasuno uniforms are so nice, like orange and dark blue like that. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I've seen a bunch of people make like hoodies and stuff, or like fleece weavers, and I'm like, yes, I want one, please. They look so nice. Okay, Haikyuu. Let's see, date. Haikyuu. Animated. I need to get a headache pill because I can feel a headache coming in. There you go. God, I didn't want to go down. Fun fact, if you ever take like headache pills or aspirin or any kind of medication, except if it's said like specifically, it will work better if you eat a little bit afterwards, so. take a snack or like take it before you have food. Okay. Haru Suzumiya, or if we want the full titles, Melancholy of Haru Suzumiya, or if you're watching the movie The Disappearance of Haru Suzumiya. Started as a light novel, I think, in a bunch of books. I really want to read them. It's really hard to find the English translated versions. Especially all in one edition. But yeah, I really want to read them at some point. Same, it's one of like my childhood anime animes that made me love anime and learn to love anime and stuff. And sorry, wait. Here we go. I have like also DVDs and stuff for it. And it's the story of this girly pop, aka this girly pop, whose name is Haru Suzumiya, who is bored. She's a high school student and she's bored. It's the issue with her being bored that she is God. And so our main character is Kion, which is him, and he finds her interesting. He gets a crush on her, kind of, it's implied, and finds her really interesting. And he decides to kind of get an interest in her. Except she is obsessed with everything paranormal, and he quickly regrets taking an interest in her because he's like, I don't want to hang out with you because you're just bossing me around to go do whatever you want me to do. And she's like, I don't care, go do this. And he's like, okay. And he gets entangled in her paranormal club where they're looking for paranormal stuff. And the thing is, she doesn't know that she's God. Or at least like a godlike being that has a lot of control over reality and controls reality. And the thing is, when she gets too bored, that becomes a problem. Because, very simply put, she will destroy reality if she gets too bored. Because she's like, this is not fun anymore, I want to do something else. And like, reality gets destroyed, basically. So they have to make sure they entertain her enough that she doesn't like blow up the world. And Kion get told that by these other guys, basically, which are... the other guy is an Esper, which is like a... I never really knew what it was, because it's translated by Esper, but I never knew what that was. It's kind of just like a paranormal person, like kind of like Mad Men energy kind of thing. A robot alien girl. The one with purple hair is an alien. And the one with long hair is a time traveler. And they're like sent to like check on Ari, make sure she doesn't destroy the world and doesn't fuck with reality too much. And they can't like tell her that they are those things because she wouldn't believe them anyway. But yeah, they're basically kind of like her jester courts. The anime has a lot of issues. It was very old, so It was very old. It wasn't that old, but like when I watched it, I was very young, so I didn't realize all the issues that were in this anime. I just watched it because I thought it was fun. But yeah, it's the like story of this little club, paranormal, like basically a club full of paranormal beings looking for paranormal stuff and trying to entertain this little goddess, and also kind of a little bit of a love story in between Kion and Harui because they fall for each other. And the movie specifically depicts a moment where Harui wants to disappear and doesn't want to be Harui anymore. And the thing is, I mean, it's more complicated than that, but basically, Harui's not here anymore, and Kion panics because he really likes Harui, even though he tells her he doesn't. He really does like her a lot, and he tries to find her again. And this time it wasn't even her fault. But yeah. If you go watch it, it is a very fun ride, I think. I still really like it to this day because of nostalgia's sake, but be warned that Harui is a bit of a pervert in a lot of ways and doesn't care about consent much, and that really fucking sucks. And I wish she cared a bit more. So yeah, just so you know. But overall, it's also like very kind of a little bit of philosophical stuff here and there. We mainly follow Kion because he is the main character. That we never learn his actual name, by the way, because Kion is a nickname. Yeah, I'm really like I had tried to read the manga when I was younger, and I really didn't like the manga, even though I loved the anime. But I'd be really interested in reading the source material, which is the light novel, in many tomes. First of all, because it goes like, of course, a lot more into the stories than the anime because it's a lot longer. It's stopped like finished like not that long ago, I think, as well. And also just to know if I'd like it. But like I said, yeah, it's kind of hard to find because there's no French translation. I wouldn't want to read it in French, I think, anyway, but there's no French translation. There are 2 English versions, I think. One of the edition is like a lot cheaper and a lot prettier, I think, but it's still hard to find, especially all the tomes in that specific edition. Kind of have to mix and match if not, because as you can guess, it wasn't like published to a big success in like outside of Japan, so yeah. It's going to be even harder to find now that I don't go to the UK anymore, but that's fine. One day I'll do that. I'll go get them. I'll try to get them rather than go get them. They're not Pokemon. I watched a TikTok the other day and it made me realize a lot of people don't know what a main character is. Like, there are so many manga and anime which the main character and the character that everyone favors or like is the most like used in advertising aren't the same. The example would be Haru Suzumiya. Haru Suzumiya is not the main character, Kion is. And that's kind of the whole point of the thing of like, she is the main character but she kinda isn't, and it's kinda nice. And like that happens in a bunch of stuff, like for example, in Soul Eater, Maka is the main character, not Soul. In Fairy Tail, Lucy is the main character, not is it called Natsu, I think? Yeah, the guy is called Natsu, I think. Like there's a lot of stuff like that. And there was someone asked, can you give me like examples of manga with like women main characters that are like good, which and someone had responded with like a bunch of them, and like a bunch of people in the comments commented a bunch of manga who the main character is not a woman. Or people were like, that's not the main character, character is actually this character, which isn't true. So I was like, ugh, we live in sad times. Like, for example, someone said Mirai Nikki, which the main character of Mirai Nikki is not Yunogasai, it's Yuki. Yuki is a guy. Doesn't work. Your favorite character, even if she has a lot of screen time, is not going to be the main character always. God, when I was it wasn't my first cosplay. My first cosplay was from Touhou Project, but this uniform, the Haru uniform that she's wearing here, that was the second cosplay I ever did, and I like bought it online and stuff. I still have pieces of it, in like a box in my room, but I obviously can't wear it anymore because it was from when I was like 15, so very different sizes. And like, I did go to a convention dressed like that. Ugh. In the fucking middle of winter as well. But I always like love the uniforms they have. It's kind of fun for like high school uniform because I feel like a lot of the time they're more like middle school uniforms that have like the sailor stuff, and then high school uniforms have like shirts and stuff. But I guess it depends on the schools in Japan. Honestly, now that I'm thinking back on it, I wouldn't be surprised if Kion, like, forged a lot of who I am, because he was like one of the early characters that I watched and like kind of identified with a lot as a kid, because he's always very like he has a lot of skepticism towards Harui, and he is always very like down to earth kind of thing, and always very neutral, where she is extreme emotions all the time. So I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if like it did kind of impact me a little bit, and I was like, oh, maybe I kind of copied this personality when I was younger, a tiny bit, because I'm realizing I'm very similar to the way he was written, I feel, in a way. And I remember agreeing a lot with the way he was thinking and the way he was trying to bring like Harry back to kind of reality and stuff. Though if you end up watching the anime, I have to tell you, I feel like it's the duty of anyone who tells someone go watch Haruhi Suzumiya, is whenever you get to season 2, good luck. Because I think the concept is great. I think it's very fun. I think it's really cool. I think it's really good. The issue is it's a lot and you're not prepared when you go into it. By the anime at all. It's such a cool concept, but god, you get so tired of it so quickly. They made it too long, but also it being long makes sense and works really well with the concept itself. So one part of me is like, they should have cut it down like by fucking half. The other part of me is like, no, the fact that it's so long is what makes it so good as a concept. As a viewer, though, that's something else. So he will still defend it, but yeah. Also, at the time, it was such a fucking genius, like, I think, idea. Like, it was the first time I saw anything like that in anything. Now I feel like it has a lot less shock value because it's a more common concept, but still. It was in, like, when was it? It was in 2009 for the first episode, so maybe 2010 for season 2, or like 2011. I'm so annoyed because like I had this illustration I had as a poster. There's a specific one with like the title and stuff in Japanese on top that I had as a poster for a very long time, and I think the thing is like it was in a, because I'm like, maybe I ripped it or something, but the thing is like it was protected, it was in a frame, so I don't know how I ripped it or like what I did. I really don't remember. It makes me sad because like I really loved that poster. I wish I still had it. It's a really cool poster, it looks really nice. if you want to like summarize the concept in a funny way, so you can say this girl is like, you need to entertain this girl or the world explodes. Only issue, she's extremely annoying to entertain. But yeah, and Kyon kind of gets like enrolled in this in two ways. First, like he falls in love with Harui so that he doesn't actually want to stop like hanging out with her, but also he basically the other people around him that like have to take care of Harui realize that like she likes him a lot too, and they're kind of like, please don't leave, please stay with us, please continue to like indulge her, because if not we are all fucked. Like it's our mission, but also it's also your mission because you're here, so like please. Yeah, more like that. And here we go. Where's the take that said it would take me 6 hours when it took me not even 4? It's not even 1 a.m. yet. I'm doing middle fingers at the camera. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, what do you have to say for yourselves, okay, huh? What do you have to say for yourself? I did in the time that I was given. Okay. So, here you go. There we go. We got Given, Reborn, or Katekyo Hitman Reborn, Hunter x Hunter, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and Haikyuu. Ba, ba, ba. Here we go. What you humming about? Okay. Let's go to themes to make a new one. Go. And a week post. Fight to the death. I love just sending it in and be like, fight! Fight for your themes. Okay. Here's my pen. It's here. The favorite anime shows page. Crossed. So. No, you have to choose a favorite parent. That's how it works. It'll be Tuesday and no one will have chosen. There'll be 0 votes everywhere. I try to make them themed that make sense. Now you can go and campaign. Either if you want to campaign for yourself or for someone else, that's your own choice. Okay, that's mean. Oh. Okay. So. Here we go. Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we have Wilma Talks It Out stream, so it's going to be puzzles, which is going to be fun, because I like puzzles. It's going to be chill. Of course, Thursday is off. We have art time on Friday. Like I said earlier, it's going to be, I'm going to be doing specific thumbnails, illustrations for the series that I've already done for the YouTube channel. So I'll do a bunch of that. I don't know yet, because I have ideas, so I don't know if I'll already do the sketch or if I'll do the sketch on stream. I'll see what I do. I probably would do the sketch beforehand and just render. On Saturday, we're starting the Eyes of Ara, which I'm very excited for, and a co-working stream on Sunday, as always. There's still 0 votes. Listen, I have to do stuff. It's hard choices, but I have to. So,
I'll post, as always, the sketchbook page on the Discord in the arts. Well, actually, I can do a copy in here. Paste. Here we go. And that's page 14. Ah. Here we go, page 14. But yeah, I shall go now. Thank you for hanging out, thank you for watching stream. Don't forget to vote. And I'll see you tomorrow for Wilmot Works It Out. Thank you for watching, thank you for hanging out. Bye bye.